Hey guys, this is Cam from 15 and I'm back with another video, and even though it was only there for about an hour, it was good to see finally new animated content of one of my favorite anime TV shows, Konosuba. And this is the Konosuba the movie, Legend of the Crimson Demon movie review. Now, I said I was gonna make a One Piece Stampede review. I'm gonna make that eventually. I was sick when I wanted to review the movie, but stuff like that. But we're here to talk about Konosuba, not One Piece. Anyways, this movie was, man, a blast to see. This movie is a movie to really good faithful fans of the anime, and it I just had a smile and I was laughing throughout this movie entirely. It was such a it was such a good movie. I highly recommend you guys see it, but I don't think you can see it now. I think tonight was the only time you could get a chance to see it because it only had a one-time limited release, date. So I think they added on extra dates. I don't know, but as for Konosuba, I think this is the only night you could actually see new Konosuba content. Now I heard it's gonna be put on Crunchyroll sometime. I don't know when. I think if when it does, I'll probably make another video updating, Konosuba fans saying that, the Konosuba movie is now on Crunchyroll because I know, they said it would be on Crunchyroll in some time, but this was one of the few times where you could catch it in theaters tonight. So if you didn't get a chance to see Konosuba the movie, I'm sorry. I guess you're just gonna have to wait till I guess it either comes out on DVD or if it goes to DVD, or I guess when it comes out on Crunchyroll. But I'm kind of just not gonna really, I kind of do my movie reviews because it's been a while, but I kind of do my movie reviews, where I talk about really no spoilers and then I cut later into spoilers. I think for this, and even when I'm gonna do One Piece Stampede, well, maybe more One Piece Stampede, I don't really care. But I think for this, you know, um, I think I'll talk like light spoilers, but nothing really overall changing. And kind of the plot, you know, it was a nice little plot. It was like your typical side story, or not your side story. It is integral to the main plot. It's a canon film, which is, different than most anime films. Dragon Ball recently, made Super Dragon Ball Broly. That's canon to the Dragon Ball timeline. But most anime movies aren't directly canon to their, anime TV show counterparts. This movie takes place literally right almost after season 2 of Konosuba. So if you haven't caught up, you haven't caught up. But like I said, you can check out this review even if you haven't caught up. It's a nice little short series if you want to catch up and watch it. I know there's basically 10 episodes apiece for both seasons 1 and 2, so you can catch up. You're obviously gonna have to wait till the movie comes out on Crunchyroll or DVD to see, that little adventure. But it was a nice little self-contained story. Another good old classic, Konosuba, nice, nice, telling story. It literally felt like as if they just crammed like, you know, basically if they made season 3 about this, it's like if they crammed like 10 episodes of this and boom, it would be like a full-on season. But it was a good movie. The characters were really good. I liked all the characters for what they're most part in. And then, but some of your favorite characters may not be featured as much. Like, say for example, Darkness. Darkness, she is in the film and she does have her moments in the film. She's just not really in the film that much. She's like in the film like in the beginning, somewhat in the middle, and then near the end she's basically in it. Aqua, kind of the same thing. She's got excuse me. But I actually want to bring up this point. Aqua and Darkness are kind of like relatively made into side characters. This movie kind of focuses on, has a more standpoint. The main characters of this movie are kind of morely, Kazuma to an extent, are really no, actually, Kazuma is a main character. Megumin, since it's kind of this movie's catered to really her, she's a main character, and Yun to an extent is also considered a main character, but it was morely those three characters that were basically the main characters of this movie. I liked all the characters. And this movie after actually, walking out of the theater seeing this movie, I actually, at first I didn't really, I liked Megamine, but if you ask me, she was probably my, like, out of the three girls, she was probably my least favorite out of all the girls. But after seeing this movie, I actually like Megamine a lot more, to the point I think she's actually my favorite, of the trio of girls in Kazuma's little group. I think she comes out being my favorite. And I said I love Darkness, basically, a lot, because you know it's really really good. Um, Hold on for a second. Sorry for that interruption, guys. Tasks and my friend. But other than that, the characters were really good. But and I said, I liked Megumin a lot more. Darkness was if not my favorite character of the show, but I actually started to grow to like Megumin a lot more. I think she actually did boast to be my favorite. One, her character development and her storytelling in this film was good, and at the same time, she's just so damn cute. But it was good. The animation, it was really good too. It was a little bit of a step up from the TV show's anime. You can obviously tell that, especially in the action scenes, that they went all out in the action scenes, and there is a little bit of an updated thing, but it still looks like just as faithful as if you were watching that off Crunchyroll on the TV show. The music, for an extent, is also somewhat the same. There's some little musical differences in there, like the main theme of Konosuba and stuff like that, and like that. But but for majority, some of the music tracks from this movie were somewhat sometimes pulled out from the TV show. So, like I said, it kind of felt like a condensed, you know, full out season, if you ask me, like a full, like in 1 hour, season, whole season. And because they even also did like little, the like little, how in the episodes they do like the Konosuba little thing with the sticker and stuff like that in the middle. Yeah, they did that from time to time in the episode, like as if it was like a little cut and stuff like that, and it was good to see. But this movie was really, really good. I had a fun time watching this movie. Now, before I talk a little spoilers, I'm just gonna say this. When you see this movie, you haven't seen this movie, and if you do, just a quick update. Um, I guess for the people that are kind of like the sensitive people that are like sensitive to like certain things, there are some questionable things in this film that I guess people, can have a problem with. But if that, triggers you some sort of way, it doesn't trigger me as much as the next guy, because I don't really care. It's a TV show, it's anime. They kind of do that trope all the time. Um, but if you're somebody that gets triggered by, like, say, I guess, sexual innuendos, because I'm gonna be honest, there is a lot of sexual innuendos in this movie. This may not be the movie for you, and if it bothers you, I probably would not watch this movie if you are, I guess, bothered by sexual innuendos and stuff like that. That might get under your skin as much as the next guy. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about spoilers. There's gonna be light spoilers. I'm not gonna go deep into deep territory spoilers because I want you guys to find out. Basically, the movie starts off like Kazuma and the other girls. I guess they failed a mission when the movie literally started off, and they're basically getting drunk, and then all of a sudden, like, they're talking. There's like these side characters, like basically dissing Kazuma because they always think he's like a pervert and stuff like that. And Kazuma's just wondering and says, he's like, man, if this was an anime or a game right now, I'd have a freaking girlfriend by now. All of a sudden, Union comes up to him and is like, Kazuma, I want you to have my baby or something like I want you to have a baby with me or something like that. And basically she gets that because her dad sends her a letter from her home, from her hometown, basically saying all this mumbo jumbo stuff, and saying how her village will be destroyed and stuff like that, and basically that she has to have a kid with a man, and it was just a bunch of stuff. Now later on, she finds out it's like just basically legit troll of a joke, and what I found funny is one of the comedic scenes. Kazuma, he was literally ready to start getting down. He was like, "I'll pull my pants off right now." He literally starts pulling his pants off, and then when Union is revealed like, oh, it's just a joke. I shouldn't even care much. He Kazuma has his pants down, and Aqua literally comes over to him the side, gets on her knees, and pulls up his pants. I'm sorry, some of the and this is one thing why I love the movie. The jokes in this movie were some of the jokes are hit and miss with some people, but some of the jokes were just funny, and you could sense like the actors had a good time. And a quick thing, before the movie started, the voice actors who played Kazuma and Megumin actually had like a 3-4 minute dialogue talk about the movie, and it was a good thing to see. At some point I was like, okay, this is taking a little bit too long, they need to speed this up. I think that was only for basically the people who saw that in the theaters, but it was nice to see. It was a nice little clip because it was the two actors talking about not only their respective characters, but what their thoughts on the movie and how happy they were, of how Konosuba, the movie, actually, was getting an international release and it went overseas, which goes to show how popular the show is overseas, which goes to show. And I know if the movie does well, I get really well in like terms of how much it makes and how much positive things it's said about. The person said they would greenlight season 3. I still think they are gonna greenlight season 3 because if there's a lot of people that love Konosuba, it's a nice short series. 10 episodes, probably a season. It's a nice little short series, and everyone gets a laugh. I would highly be shocked if they said, we're actually not going to continue Konosuba, but thank you for the support. I think they're going to still continue the season, continue the show, and probably I think if they greenlight season 3, I think they'll show full dedication to them finishing the main story out and stuff like that, because it is really a good story. A good story. So, anyways, Kazuma and the gang go to basically sorry, guys. So Wiz, and I forgot the mascot. I forgot his name. It's been so long. But you know, um, basically they go use Wiz's teleport to transport them to, you know, try to teleport them to Megumin's little village. Little later, and they get chased by these freaking ogres that are like, I guess, basically wanting to have sex desperately because there was no other men ogre there, and it was like Kazuma literally almost gets raped because of it. Like I said, this was one of the scenes that I guess you could be a little ticked off if you're that sensitive, but hey, I thought it was a very good funny scene. It was very funny. Union does save him, and basically, I found it funny because Ak was just rubbing his head like, like she's his mom or something after being traumatized. And that's the one thing. Kazuma would have these moments throughout the movie where he gets legit traumatized. Like another moment, another slight spoiler. The main villain of this film, I guess she was like a transgendered or something like that because, Kazuma was actually had his head squeezed in between the main villain. Crap, what was the main villain's name? Sylvia, I think. Yeah, Sylvia. I think that's what her name was. Yeah, Sylvia was literally stuck in between her boobs. And then he's like, "What's that feeling from around your like pants area or something like that?" Or like, "What's that thing going up feeling like on my butt?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm also a man too." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, so I guess if like I said, if that turns you off too, not a good movie to watch for you guys. But yeah, you know, Yeah, yeah. I also did like Megumin's family in this. Megumin's sister, Komako or Komeko or something like that. I forgot. I forgot her name. But you know, she was adorable. She was very funny in this film too. Her parents were very funny. I liked it how her parents at first thought Kazuma was like her boyfriend or something like that, and then he's like, "No, we're just friends." But then throughout the freaking movie, you know, there was these nights where Kazuma or where Megumin was sleeping, and basically Kazuma was still up, and the mom literally put him and locked him in the room with Megumin, and like, you know, those were just funny moments because you know, he was debating, should I take this chance to like basically, you know, have sex with her basically, or should I just be like, you know, no, da 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 da. And he comes with these schemes, and at first, you know, like, oh, he's actually a nice guy. He wasn't gonna do anything. And then Kazuma's like, okay, I want to do something. And then she's like, that's it, I'm done. And then she walks out, and then it's like the following scene, you know, basically Aqua, Megumin, and Darkness basically call him Kazuma names for basically being like basically a pervert and stuff like that. I did, but although even though there was a funny moments between Kazuma and Megami, I did like the interaction scenes with Kazuma and Megami when they did get serious because there was a part where you know Kazuma, you know, I knew it would happen, but he basically accepts the fact that you know he's glad to have friends in Aqua, Megumin, and Darkness, despite their quirky abilities and what makes them all different and stuff like that. Um, I'll just say this also. If you're a huge Kazuma Megumin, you know, shipper, this is your movie. Cause I swear, there's like, you know, there's two different shippings on this movie. Like near the first part of the movie, you know, you get, you know, Kazuma and Yun shipping. And then, you know, near like basically the rest of the movie, you kind of get that, you know, especially it's for the people who like to ship Kazuma with one of the three girls. Kazuma and Megumin shippers, this is your type of movie because they heavily, and I mean when I mean heavily, they heavily ship. They heavily have like shipping moments between Kazuma and Megumin in this movie, far than what they did with Darkness and Aqua. Um, you know, like they had this one moment where, like I said, they had that one moment when they were in the room, you know, just talking and stuff like that. They legit hold hands, even if it is for like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. They legit hold hands. They're sleeping together in the same bed, and you know, they basically kind of talk about it, and you know, they express, and you know, I guess you can say out of all the girls, Megumin probably likes Kazuma the most because she kind of does give a little bit of a hint that she is into Kazuma and she likes him more than just a friend because there was one part where, you know, she literally gets under the covers and almost literally sucks his you know what, or was thinking about doing that. And Kazuma was about to freak out and stuff like that. And then the villain showed up to ruin all that moment. And then she's like, what were you two doing? And Kazuma's like, you messed up my chance. And then Megumin's over there saying, like, you know, basically blushing out loud because she knew she was gonna basically have sex with Kazuma probably, and you know stuff like that. But you know, it was funny. It was a nice funny moment and stuff like that. That's really the only other spoilers I'm gonna really talk about. I did like the moments between the two, like how really the last part is I'm gonna talk about spoilers is like you know how they basically say like you know thank you for and which I thought was a nice scene is how Megumin's like despite me being you know kind of like basically just a one trick pony where I just do explosions and then I fall over. You know, Megumin says thank you for like basically you know welcoming into your you know little group and never kicking me out because of it and stuff like that. And I thought that was a nice cute scene, you know, and stuff like that until they literally got interrupted by the villain. And then, yeah, that's for now. That's all I'm going to talk about spoilers. I'd rather just leave it to the rest of the people to see it if you haven't seen it. You're going to have to probably wait a little bit, but, you know, it's still a good movie. When this movie comes back to either Crunchyroll, I'm going to watch it again because it was a really good movie. This movie had a lot of heart, too. And I like movies that have heart in it because it just shows how good, you know, those type of characters really are and stuff like that. So, Konosuba, the Konosuba Legend of the Crimson Demons, the movie, was a really good movie. If you ask me, it was an 8 out of 10 film. There was a little some issues here and there. Not by far the best film, but it's a still good film. So other than that, I had a blast watching this film, and there's nothing bad else I can say about it. But other than that, that's all I got to say about Konosuba. So yeah. So, anyways, if you like this video, leave a like. Um, but um, if you want to hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button for more, movie reviews or anime reviews or stuff like that. And then also put in the comment section, what did you think of the Konosuba movie if you saw it? And if you have any other questions you would like to ask, maybe if I check them out, I could possibly answer the questions if it's a spoiler you want to know. But it's up to you and stuff like that. So be warned and stuff like that. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna get out of here, eat my dinner, and have a good night to myself because I gotta wake up early. Other than that, guys, it's been fun. See you guys and have a great night.